Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for joining this presentation, which is to find out a little bit more about how apprenticeships work. And maybe some of you who are joining might have already come to a presentation about this. So if this is just a reminder for you, but if it's new information for everybody, that would be great. So here goes. So we're going to just talk about this is quite a short presentation, but please, if you've got any questions, put them in the chat or save them till the end, and then we can answer any of your questions if they don't already get answered during the presentation. Just bear with me. Okay, so what is an apprenticeship? So it's a full-time job with a training package wrapped around it. It's not work experience and it's not a course at the college. So you will need to go through a proper sort of recruitment process. So you apply, find a job, you apply for a job, and it might be competitive. You might be up against any number of other people for that job. And then once your employer gives you the job offer and you say yes, then that's when the apprenticeship is at the beginning. It's not when your apprenticeship starts, but it's at the beginning. So it's important just to realise that, and some people I think do get a bit confused to think that the college is where you start your apprenticeship. It's actually with your employer. So it's a kind of three-way arrangement. So you are employed by a company, the company comes to the college and then engages us to provide the training for you as the apprentice. So there are various types of things that need to be included within an apprenticeship. So you have a contract of employment. That's really, really important. And when you get your contract of employment, it's very important that you read it and understand it, because that explains who you're employed by, what you do, and what to do if anything goes wrong or you need to refer back to it to find out, you know, exactly how many days holiday you have, all that kind of thing. Okay, so yeah, so you need to go through the recruitment process, and we can help you find an apprenticeship a job. There is a National Apprenticeship Service website, which is, if you Google find an apprenticeship, that will take you to the website. You have to put in your postcode and then you can see all the apprenticeships that are currently being advertised in the area. And I did a quick look this morning and there's about 25 apprenticeship positions advertised currently for East Sussex, for our kind of area. I put in an Eastbourne postcode, but there's about 25 apprenticeships in our area as on the website today, and they cover a huge range. So there's anything from business administration, so working in an office, that kind of thing, accountancy, some of the construction ones are there, and also some degree apprenticeships are there. The college doesn't currently offer degree apprenticeships, but if that's the sort of thing that you're keen to go for, they are advertised on the Find an Apprenticeship website. So your apprenticeship position will take you through to a learning program, which is at a different, the learning programs are at different levels. Usually you start your first job or your career with a level 2 program, but and that's sort of equivalent to 5 GCSEs, but it isn't, because you'll be working full-time and you'll also be learning on the job as well. So don't get too hooked up on the fact that an apprenticeship level 2 is the appropriate level to start. It's sometimes people think that because you may have done A levels or you're focusing on a level 3 qualification, that if you go to a level 2 apprenticeship, it might be taking a step back, but it genuinely isn't. You'll be working between 30 and 40 hours a week, and on top of that, you need to also absorb all of your training as well. So it's an apprenticeship is not for the faint-hearted. It's quite a commitment, and is really important that you take it seriously, because ultimately you are an employee of a business and they want to be sure that you will work for them and also become a successful apprentice as well. So your apprenticeship is based on your job responsibilities, not on necessarily what you've already studied, and not on the course, the college-based course. The college fits with the employer, not the other way round. English and maths is absolutely essential to an apprenticeship. So it is part of the programme that you study. If you have got GCSE English and maths at, say, grades 3 to 1, then you will definitely need to add English and maths as part of your apprenticeship training, and then we will deliver that either in college if you're a day release apprentice, or we deliver that one-to-one with you in the workplace if you don't need to come to college. If you already have a maths and English GCSE at grade 4 or higher, then you don't need to add those two subjects into your apprenticeship programme. So it gives you somewhat of a lighter load. But if you do need to add English and maths in, and we do that with functional skills, not GCSE. So functional skills tend to be a bit more practical than GCSE English and maths, but you still aim for a level 2 qualification as part of your programme. So East Sussex College is very proud of its achievement rates in apprenticeships, and we are higher than the national average by quite a chunk. So an apprenticeship is something which businesses genuinely appreciate. They want to be sure that they are training people for the future, that taking on somebody who new in their organisation is both a benefit to you and to them, to make sure that they have new enthusiastic people coming into the college, and they want to be sure that you are going to be kind of genuinely interested in the job that you're going to be taking on. They want to make sure that they encourage people who are enthusiastic, who are punctual, good at being part of a team, and genuinely want to work for the company. So when you're thinking about looking for your apprenticeship position, there are different ways that you can do that. You can apply for a job directly, or you can ask amongst your friends and family if there's anybody who has a business that is thinking of taking somebody on, and apply directly to them. You might be able to find a job yourself by preparing yourself a CV and then sending it to businesses that you like the look of, or in the sort of industry sector that you are interested in. But we can also help, because we do know about some companies that are looking for people, and they may not advertise a traditional job vacancy on a website, but we do know that they're looking. So if you haven't attended an information session with us before, do come to one of those, and then we can include you in our talent bank so that we know a little bit more about you, and then we can point you in the direction of a job vacancy which we are aware of and is in your sector. Okay, so if you've got any queries or questions, please do ask, and if there's any information amongst my colleagues that think that I've missed out, then that would be good. Otherwise, thank you very much for your attendance, but do well, pop next door, but you can't do that at the moment, but just ask the questions, and we'd be very happy to answer them. Does anybody have a question? I'll stop sharing the screen perhaps, and then we might be able to see who might have their hand up, or who's put a question in the chat.
There's a couple of questions. So first one, if I have English at 4 but maths at 3, do I still need to take a maths course? Yes, you would still need to take a maths course. You would do level 2 functional skills in maths alongside of your apprenticeship. Okay. Another question, can you sum up how the college helps us through the apprenticeship? So you would either do something called a day release apprenticeship, where you come into college 1 day a week and 4 days to the workplace, or you would do an apprenticeship that is completely based in the workplace. With both of those, you get assessor support. So if you're doing a day release apprenticeship, you're in every week and your assessor comes out every 10 to 12 weeks. And if it's an apprenticeship that's completely based in the workplace, they come out every 4 to 6 weeks to deliver the apprenticeship. So that's how that kind of works with the college support. Another question, can you do an apprenticeship for most job areas? Yes, most job areas do have an apprenticeship link to it. So generally there's over, I'd say probably Penny, over 300 different types of apprenticeships. There's quite a few.
Yeah. The college offers about 40 of those at the moment at different levels. So the college currently offers apprenticeships in hospitality, childcare, hairdressing, all of the construction trades, some supervisory management, health and social care, hospital healthcare assistant, what have I missed out? Accountancy, just trying to think off the top of my head what they all are.
Motor vehicle.
Oh yeah.
Childcare, that's another one. How many extra hours of study? So as part of your working hours each week, 20% of those hours should be spent on study. It may not be where you're necessarily sent away from the workplace. It's called off-the-job training. So training can include coursework and putting together your portfolio. It may be putting together evidence, it might be doing research, you might be mentored by a colleague. Anything like that counts as studying for your apprenticeship. Okay. We do run engineering apprenticeships as part of the college, and they take place from our Orr campus, I believe.
Yep. Shall I answer the question about the basic wage?
Yeah. Brilliant.
Okay. So what's the basic wage for an apprenticeship? The minimum wage for an apprenticeship is for anybody starting their first year of being an apprentice is £4.15 an hour, but we try to encourage all the employers that we work with to be a bit more generous than that. And then once you have been on your apprenticeship for a year, if you're aged over 19, then your apprenticeship wage will automatically go up to the minimum wage for your age. If you're under 18, it can stay at that minimum age, but we genuinely like to encourage employers to pay more. And also, if you're good and you get good reviews, and as Katie said, your 10 to 12 week review is good, then that's the time to ask for a pay rise. So if you can recognise that you are valuable to the company, they'll be pleased to pay you.
Yeah, another question, Penny, an email address to email into. So
if you email apprenticeships@escg.ac.uk, then your email will come to us, and then we can answer any questions there as well.
Yeah, and then we do run, as Penny said, information sessions, which would give you more information. And we can add you to our talent bank if you'd like to stay on record for any apprenticeships that we do offer. So it's just worth emailing it. Do you want to repeat that email again, Penny?
Yep, it's apprenticeships, and apprenticeships has got 2 P's, at escg.ac.uk.
Brilliant. Another question, Penny. I have an employer who wants to take me on. What do I do?
The most important thing is to let us know. So if you have got somebody who is keen to take you on, which is brilliant news, let us know, and then we will send you a starter form for you and your employer to complete, and then we'll take it from there. So once you know that you are going to be taken on by a company, then just let us know and we'll handle the rest.
Okay. That looks like all the questions. Is there any other questions, anyone? Okay, I think that's all. We also have a phone number as well. You can ring us on 030 300 39777. Oh, we've got another one. How many days a week do I do an apprenticeship?
For full-time. An apprenticeship is a full-time job. You might be coming into college one day a week, but essentially that you are still employed by your company when you're coming into college. So you are paid to be in college, and your employer will want to know that you are there for sure. And if you are absent or fancy a day off, no. If you're an apprentice, you come to college on your day that is your day release day, and then that is actually considered part of your working week.
All right, brilliant. I think that's all the questions.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining in. I hope that gives you something to go on, some information to go on, and just do contact us. Do keep in contact with us if you are looking for an apprenticeship. We'd be very happy to help and answer any questions that we haven't covered today.